Something that I find myself thinking about a lot is my past. And I don't necessarily have the worst past. I don't have a bad past at all by any means. But there are things that I question, like why this happened or what was the purpose for this. And I kind of find myself asking if I'm defined by my past, but I wouldn't say I'm defined by my past, and I don't think anybody's defined by their past. I feel like yes, it molds you into who you are today, and that can be good or bad. Some people use their past as a crutch for why they act a certain way, and some people use a past to motivate them to not be a certain way. I think something a lot of people need to realize is that your past is permanent, but your identity isn't. You can change your identity at any time. Yes, what happened in the past has already happened, but you don't have to be molded by what's happened. What happened to you or what you did is fixed in time, but who you are can change. You are ever evolving. You can literally wake up one day and decide to not be like that anymore. You can decide to not be that person. You're not a screenshot in time. Your story is still being written, and I feel like that's something that I've had to remind myself of. I don't know where I read that, but I just feel like there's so many things and so many people that feel like because of their past that they're frozen with that and that's who they are. When that's not necessarily the case, and that's never been the case. You may have made mistakes in your past and you may have made some dumb decisions, but that's not who you are. Who you are is who you choose to be today, not yesterday, not tomorrow, today, in this moment right now. I feel like you have to really think and realize that the past is the past for a reason. And even though hindsight may be 2020, you're right here right now for this specific reason. There's no way around it, and it's just something that I know a lot of people struggle with. A lot of people I've talked to have said they struggle with it. But you can change who you are today to be better for the future, but don't let your past define who you are. And other people's perception of you is not necessarily true either. You may have talked to somebody 5 years ago and you can speak to them now, you can be a completely different person. It's the same thing with your past. Your past happened, but now it's time to let it go and move forward from that. A lot of times I speak to people about, do they feel like they're solidified by what they've done in the past, and they say yes. And that's not necessarily true, because yes, what you've done in the past is permanent. Yes, you did that, but you learn from it or you either use it as a crutch. You can either learn to be better or learn from what you did in the past and be the better person, or learn from that mistake or whatever it may be. It doesn't have to even be a mistake. It can just be something that's happened to you. Your past does make you into who you are, but you decide if it's for good or bad. One thing that I realized and that I've thought about is that I look at mistakes, specifically my mistakes in the past, as like teachers, okay? Because when you look at mistakes as teachers instead of life sentences living on your shoulder, mistakes hurt, right? Mistakes suck. You don't want to make mistakes, but when you do make a mistake, it leaves an invisible brand on you because you're like, I know that hurt and I don't want to do that again. So it redirects you and guides you. And that falls into your story being ever evolving. When you make that mistake, you don't do it again. So you build off of it and you become better than the mistake, right? So when you have done something in the past, it's the same thing. Don't be a prisoner in your own mind from your past. Just because you feel like I haven't done this, I haven't done anything right, and I've still, even in the past, done things wrong, that doesn't have to be you today. Start from where you are, not where you've been. You are defined by what you choose, think, and do in this exact moment, not by what was chosen or thought years ago or done years ago. It's all kind of wraps into one, but it just is so vital for you to realize that Who you are today is who you are in this moment and who you will be in the future. I'm kind of rambling right now. I'm not even going off my notes because I'm so passionate about telling people that you can change your life with one simple switch. It just takes you to let your past go, realize that it happened, be grateful that it happened, and move forward from it. Just because you were sick in the past, just because you were hurting in the past, just because somebody did you dirty in the past, does not mean that you need to carry that weight anymore. You can let those things go, be happy that they happened, be better from them, and move forward. Do not carry the weight of your past on your shoulders because you have enough stress in today and in this moment, and it just adds extra things to you, and you don't need that on your body, especially if you're chasing goals, if you're chasing dreams. It's enough stress as it is. Trust me, I get it. Things got a lot easier when I realized that my past happened and I cannot carry that weight anymore. I feel like a lot of people are carrying generational trauma too. And it's just, you cannot carry that, bro. You cannot carry those things. You have to let those things go. Yes, those things suck and families have drama that passes down, but those are things of the past. You're now in 2026, not whatever year, not 2025, not 2024, not even 2020. You feel me? 2020 is a big one. It's over. It happened. You have to move on from it, and you learn from it, and now you know better. The invisible branding, just like the mistakes, they're teachers, not life lessons. You have to realize that growth is proof the past doesn't own you. Every time you change a habit or repair a relationship or try something new, you're demonstrating that your future is not bound by your history. So the faster you realize this, the better off you'll be. And you just have to realize, bro, that you have control over your life. So you have control over your life. You have control over your past, and you can make these things better. Your story is not over until the fat lady sings. And that sounds funny, but it's genuinely true. I read this quote on TikTok the other day, and it literally said that time is flying, but the good thing is you're the pilot. Bad news is time is flying, but the good news is you're the pilot. And I feel like that resonated with me so heavily because as humans, we are so conditioned to think, oh my gosh, it's already this time. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time. And then you become to get anxiety and anxious about how you don't have time. But if you slow down a little bit, dial back and realize I'm in control of my life, things will get a lot easier for you. And you'll start to feel you can literally grasp time more and realize I'm going to break out an hour from my day and then do this. I'm going to break the next hour to do this. And you have to realize that, yes, time is going by really fast. Time is relevant, but it's moving. It's moving and it's ever moving and it's not going to stop. Time was going to wait on nobody. So the quicker you realize that you're the pilot of your own ship, you're the captain of your own ship, you're the pilot of your own plane, you will get a lot better. You will get a lot better and you will realize that, okay, I'm in control of my life. You know what I'm saying? I control what happens. I dictate my life. If I want to chase my goals, I'm going to choose an hour a day to chase my goals. And then tomorrow I'm going to do the same thing. And in a year, you'll have a year of results. But if you always think, well, in my past, I couldn't do this, then you're going to be stuck there forever. You have to make the conscious effort and decision to move on from your past and decide that I want this for myself and I want this for my future. So I'm going to put the time in now so I can look back at this time next year and be like, I literally changed my life because I chose to let go of my past, be grateful that it happened, and move on from it. And that is the best decision that you'll ever make for your life. And the most powerful thing you can remind yourself is that you're still writing right now. A chapter does not define the whole book. You can have one chapter of your life, but there's 80 more after that. We have 70 years promised to us. You're only on chapter Who knows? However old you are, that's what chapter you're on. Make the conscious effort to change. Make the decision to change. Make the decision to be better. And I want you to realize that right here, your past is not who you are. It is okay to be upset. It's okay to feel saddened by your past, but you have to use that as fuel to motivate you to be better so you can grow from those teachers that were teaching you those lessons, and you can move on from it. I promise you everything will be okay. Your past is gone. Hindsight's 2020, but there's a reason that the windshield is bigger than the rear view.